So now we're on to step 4, messaging people. And before talking about exactly what to say, let's talk about prospecting fundamentals. Again, I said this for the 20th time. You want to increase curiosity and decrease alarm. So know that people won't want to join needy people. If you're desperate for people to join, okay, people are just going to run away. They don't want to follow you and the whole relationship is dead. So here's an example, right? This person actually reached out to me. Said, I appreciate you for reaching out. It shows this person tried to prospect me. And I said, I appreciate it. People pitch me all types of things all the time, right? Because I've been a trainer. I've been in network marketing for 20 years, 10 years, building a 7-figure business. In the last over 10 years, being a full-time networking generic trainer. So people pitch me all the time, and this person says, I appreciate you for reaching out, but right now I'm busy with some key projects I must focus on. And that's basically my reply. I'm not interested. And she says, wish you luck. Simon, I'm sure you'll be amazed with what you see. If you don't have time, please ask your wife to see it. It's really important to know for you, for her, and for your children. Don't work on it. Just use it in your healthy lifestyle. Thanks again. See, she's being desperate. Right? I told her no, and I think this is what gives network marketing a bad name. When people tell you no, leave them alone. Now, there's a time to follow up, and I'll share with you when to do it, but the timing is bad. I just said no. I'm reaching out. You have another message I can reply back to. I kindly told you no, and now you're harassing me. Right? Now, obviously, I didn't reply back. But a couple of days later, she sent me another message. Just give me 20 minutes of your time to show it to you and your wife. I'm ready to pay for the time you spend with me because I know it's worth to do so. Does it work? Right? And I said, I'm not interested. She's willing to pay for me, pay for my time. Right? So that's become so desperate. You immediately run away. The more you chase people, the more desperate, the more they don't want it because you have no value. You have to understand that's posture. And we're in the business to sort and convince, right? If someone says no, you move on. Now, there's a time to convince. If someone watches your presentation, go through everything, then definitely you want to convince them to get started. They show some interest, definitely. But if someone immediately tells you no, you move on. You don't want to waste time. And posture. That person before, I just shared with you, had no posture, right? So what's the definition of posture? Posture is when you're prospecting, just say this to yourself. You don't need them, but they need you. You don't need them, but they need you. Like that previous message, that person seemed like they really needed me, right? That's bad posture. Posture means like if someone says no, hey, no worries, don't worry about it. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. Maybe even thank them. I love thanking people when they tell me no. They're like, why? How come you're not happy that I said no? I just thanked them, right? That's posture. Successful people always act with posture. I remember when I was just starting out, this top leader said he knew I was going to be successful, and because I had a lot of posture, right? And that's when I really said, "Whoa, wow!" Okay, my mentor taught me about this posture and started applying it to some other leader who didn't know. He heard me speak, heard me present. He said, "Wow, this person has a lot of posture. This person is going to be successful." And that was one of my inspirations from that event when he said that to me, right? So posture is you don't need them, but they need you. So here's an example. This person says, just curious, could you be at all open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you are doing? And the person says, I'm always interested in making more money. Smiley face. Now, by the way, that's a good invite. I'm just curious, could you be at all open to a side project? That's good. And the person says, I'm always interested in making more money. And you give, great, thumbs up. Hi, Charles, if I send you a video to watch, would you watch it tonight? That is an example of bad posture, right? Why would you be, if someone's interested in making more money, why are you so excited? If you said that to me, or anyone who's successful, you're a good prospect to me, why are you so excited I'm interested in making more money? Like, I'm actually poor right now, I'm struggling. Why are you excited? Right? That triggers, again, increases alarm. There must be some catch here. Why are you so excited? Right? So here's another rule is be slow to present, but always be in a hurry. Right? And this comes from like an offline way. Like if you find yourself at a restaurant, right? Servers are a great way to prospect. I used to always do this. And you simply ask them, I'll teach you an example how to prospect a server, like a waiter or waitress. You can say, hey, you've been awesome. Thank you so much. You've been amazing service. The person will normally say, oh, thank you so much. And by the way, our company's expanding. We're looking for people exactly like you. Would you be interested to earn an extra $500 a month that won't interfere with what you're doing? When you ask that, people say, I guarantee you, 95% of the time they'll say, yeah, sure, what is it? Right? When you ask you what is it, the wrong way to do it is start all of a sudden presenting to them. Or getting out your gear, getting out your prospecting tools, run to the car, show them samples, and start prospecting them. And I did this in the past. I was so embarrassed to do it, but I did it. But you're never going to sign up anyone because there's no posture. The right way to do it is always be in a hurry. Say, hey, you know what? I'd love to talk to you, but I have to go right now. Give me your name and number, and I will reach out to you. Okay? Now, but by the way, if the person doesn't want to give you the name and number, then say, well, don't worry about it. Then you're not the person we're looking for. Okay? Now, the wrong way to do it is like if they don't want to give you out your name and number, so it's okay. What's your email address? Again, that's bad posture. Because remember, you don't need them, but they need you. They need you. So they have to play by your rules. Think of yourself as you're the head of HR and someone's applying for a job, right? If they said, hey, we're interested in having you work for us, we need your name and number, and we'll give you a call for a setup an interview. And the person says, well, I don't want to give you a name and number. Can I just give you an email? Would you ever say that? You wouldn't say that, right? So think of posture, act yourself, put yourself in the position that you're the HR. And that's the best part of our business. We get to choose, by the way. And at your job and our jobs and my job, I didn't get to choose who to work with. But what we do, we get to choose who we work with, right? So be slow to present, always be in a hurry, and you call the shots. So what do you actually say in the initial message? Right? You have to understand when someone gets a message from you, it could be from anyone, is the 3 objections. The first thing they think of is, who the heck are you? Number 2 is, do I know you? And number 3 is, what do you want? So a message, this can come from your friend. Anytime you get a text message, it's like, who is this? Do I know you? And what do you want? Right now, if it's a friend, you probably know who they are. You feel like you know them. But what do you want? Right? We always think, what do you want? What are you messaging me? What do you want? If you reach out to co-market, who the heck are you? Do I know you? What do you want? So you have to answer these questions really quickly. Now let's talk about building rapport. When you're reaching out to social media, it's not about building rapport, right? Stop doing the fake relationship building. It's very, very different than meeting someone in the gym or meeting someone at church or meeting someone in school, right? Picking up your daughter and you meet another parent. That's very different. Okay, when you're meeting someone in person, yes, you do some small talk. How's it going? How you doing? Right? Do some small talk. But when you're building online, remember, it's who the heck are you? Do I know you? What do you want? People are busy. Your message is an interruption. Your message is an interruption. So you have to be straight and direct to the point. Be direct and straight to the point because you're interrupting someone, right? Think of every message you get. You're doing something. Maybe while you're watching this training right now, someone messaged you and interrupted you. It's an interruption. So you want to be direct and straight to the point. Here's the total wrong way of doing it. If you look at the left here, this person says, hi, dear. I went through your profile. Love your content. I would love to be your Facebook friend. Probably will meet you in person. I love your personality. Are you in the state? Right? Again, who the heck are you? What do you want? Do I know you? I don't even know where this person, how do we connect? Right? And I just said, I want to play this along because I'm always looking for these examples to show people the wrong way. So I said, hey, thanks for the follow. Is there anything I can do to help you? Generally, if I was not in network marketing, I wasn't a trainer, I would just ignore this person. But I wanted to see what they say. He said, hi, Mr. Simon. Are you currently in the state or where are you right now? Now, on my profile, you follow me. I'm very clear. I live in Los Angeles, California. And my name is Simon Chan, not Mr. Simon. So I can tell this person totally just like randomly messaged me. Didn't even care about who I am. Right? I said, Los Angeles. The details are on my profile. I said, nice to meet you, Mr. Simon. And I'm in Texas. And he gives a thumbs up. And immediately already, he's still calling me by my wrong name. And then he's asking me, if you look at the second message to the left there, how's your family doing? Like, I don't know you. Why should I tell you about my family? This is fake relationship building. I said, how can I help you? I said, I went through your profile. I want to know more of you. How long have you been in network marketing? Now I can tell he's trying to recruit me. I say, I've been 19 years, I'm a full-time trainer, and I just sent him to my bio, right? And I have the #1 network marketing podcast, and I'm a current Amazon best-selling author. Oh, that's very nice. And he said, I'm a realtor and a passive investor. I'd love to know if you or any project that'd be good enough for me to invest on. And I just say, I'm sorry, this guy's wasting my time, just talking, right? I was like, what is his point? Why is he reaching out to me, right? And then he asked me, how have it been with your job? Do you have a network marketing team? I don't have a job. He said, how about joining my team? It will go a long way. Finally, he goes back, wasting my time, and asks me about a team, and he's using the wrong script as well, right? Don't do it this way. Keep the messages brief, right? Keep the messages brief. Initial message, 2 to 3 lines. What do we do with long messages? We don't read them, right? If you get a long message, what do? You delete it. You don't read it. So keep the messages brief. Look at this long message. No one in the world is going to read a long message like this. Okay? No one. You just get ignored. Here's one. How are you, Jack? I am diving head first into this anti-aging business now that I have time. Do you know anyone who's looking for an extra paycheck a month that won't interfere with what they are already doing? Again, most people do not read messages more than 2 to 3 lines. But this person should actually say, this is actually not that, I'll share a few things. It could have been simple as, how are you, Jack? Right? Now, I'm diving head first into this anti-aging business now that I have time. You're immediately bringing objections. You have time now. Well, I don't have time. What's anti-aging? Why is diving head first? You have the time to dive head first. I don't. That's right. Immediately, you're discouraging me from doing the business. This thing could be as simple as, how are you, Jack? Do you know anyone who's looking for an extra paycheck a month that won't interfere with what they're already doing? Keep it short and simple. Now, what do you actually say, right? So initial message when you reach out to them. Let them know how you found them, right? So it could be, hey, getting back to this person here, this long, terrible message here, right? Could be, hey, I see that your son plays youth baseball, right? We're in the same group. Number 2, share something about yourself. Hey, my son plays baseball as well, right? He's been doing it for the last 5 years. And number 3, you ask them a question. How long have your kids been playing baseball? Right? 3 things. Let them know how you found them. So you could be, hey, we're in the same mommy and me group. Right? I have 3 kids. How old are your kids? Right? Simple. And this is the initial message. I'll give you actually some examples here. We're in the same baseball card group and wanted to connect. I've been collecting cards since the 1980s. How long have you been collecting? And then wait for them to reply back. After 2 or 3 exchanges, then you invite. Okay? Then you invite, you transition. Invite is when you ask them to take a look at your business, you transition. Don't make it fake rapport building long messages, just short and quick. You invite prospects. So quick and direct, use the magic script. What's the magic script? I'm working on something exciting. This may or may not be for you. Would you be open to taking a look? This works. You can ask the people who've done coaching with me or part of our purpose-driven networkers group. The reason it works, it has a lot of sales psychology built in. It creates curiosity. So for example, I'm working on something exciting. That creates curiosity. Now this may or may not be for you. That's posture, right? I'm not saying you definitely have to look at it. Oh, I need you. No, I may not even need you. You may not be the right person. Then I give them an option to say no. Remember, network marketers become annoying when we force things down on people. When we give them an option to say no, people appreciate that. So I say, would you be open to taking a look? And when they say no, then I'll say, thank you. No worries about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I asked. And you move on. Right? Don't try to convince people. Remember, we are sorting people here. Now, if you look at a presentation and attend a presentation, meet one-on-one, or attend a whole show interest, then you want to convince. But if they say no right now, you move on because the timing is probably bad for them. If they want to learn more, then you send them a quick video. Okay? If they want to learn more, send them a quick video, your company video. Now, what about inviting someone you haven't talked to in a while? This could be an old friend, an old colleague. And remember, like, you try to reach out to someone and it's kind of weird. You build this fake relationship building, ask them how they're doing. It's kind of really weird, right? They feel weird. You feel weird because you haven't talked in a long time and all of a sudden you're trying to build a relationship. So here's how you invite an old friend. You say, hope you're doing well. I've been busy and would love to catch up with you sometime. Can I ask you a quick question? All right, so you basically say you're busy, you don't have time to chit-chat. Can I just ask you a quick question, just straight and direct to the point? And you wait for them to say yes. And when they say yes, use the magic script. I'm working on something exciting. This may or may not be for you. Would you be open to taking a look? And when you ask them, can I ask you a quick question? Most people say yes. Then you ask them the magic script. Now, if they say, what's it about? You send them video. If they say, no, it's really busy. I'm busy right now. If it takes up my time, I'm not interested. They basically say no. Then you're sorting. You move on. Let's talk about timing. Timing is very important in prospecting, especially when you're sending a message. You may have caught people at the wrong time. Remember, a message is an interruption. So here, in this real life example, someone says, hi there, I watched the link you sent me. I'm sorry, but it isn't for me. Is this a good reply back to get? A lot of people say, well, it's no, but it actually is because the person told you no, right? Again, the yeses are great. The no's are also good. The worst is when a prospect doesn't give you a decision, doesn't give you an answer. Remember, your job in prospecting is simply to collect a decision. And you've collected a decision here, so that's great. So you say, that's all right, no worries, thanks for taking the time, I really appreciate that. Is that a good? That's a great response, that's good posture. And you can tell the prospect gives a smiley face. Now, where she goes wrong is she says, I've created a Facebook group with some friends, more about healthy topics, recipes, gratitude. Maybe you could share your coconut juice story and help others 30 plus in rocking it. Great to connect, and I'll go look closer at the one I buy. And then she says, no, thank you. Now, what's the chance this person will reply back to them? Will reconnect with this person? Probably slim to none because you annoyed her, right? Remember, she's probably busy, maybe with her kids, and she said no, she took the time, and now you're bothering her again. Now, it's about timing. If you let maybe a couple weeks go and say, I created a Facebook group and for you to share, then it'll be a better timing. But right now, she has said no to you, and you immediately ask her to do that, she's going to say no, right? If the timing is bad. And I always ask this question in my workshops, in my BYOB workshops, and it's a big aha moment. Let me ask you this. Is it free for your prospect to attend your presentation, to watch your presentation? And most people say it's free. It's a free video. It's a free Zoom, right? But in reality, it is not free. The reason why it's not free, because it costs time for your prospect to watch a presentation. In many ways, that's the most expensive presentation because money they can always get back, but time they can never get back. Now, the prospect took the time. They actually spent, which is more valuable than money, spent time to do that. It's not free. And you thank them, right? It's great because if they spent the time. And now you are, because they told you no, you appreciate that. And saving you time, right? They got back to you. Don't waste more of their time. Don't make this conversation so expensive for them. We're taking up their time. Because again, this message is a distraction too, right? It is not free for your prospect to attend your presentation. It costs them time. So you move on. That's why the worst time to ask for referrals is right after they say no. Okay, again, this is different than when you're meeting someone. If I was meeting someone in a coffee shop and they say no, since I'm in front of the person already, I can go out there and say, ask them for a referral. But it's online. Again, it's a distraction. The person's with their kids or doing chores or at work, and they told you, no, I'm not interested. And you ask them, do you know anyone? You're bothering them, right? You can ask for referrals later on. And I'll share with you how when we talk about follow-ups in step 5. But once they say no, when you're bidding online, that's the worst time. Now, also, keep it simple. Well, what do you mean by keep it simple? Talk in the language of a 10-year-old. Would a 10-year-old understand what you're talking about? Here's an example. Thank you so much for reaching out to my business. My purpose-driven life is to have a positive impact as many people as possible, my kids. My big world vision is to build a huge group of like-minded people who want, deserve, and are willing to work for more of their life. What's yours? So number one, when you thank people for reaching out to the business, that's bad posture already. Remember, you don't need them, but they need you. They should thank you for reaching out because you have something that can change their lives forever. They should be thanking you, not you thanking them. Big world vision, how many 10-year-olds know what a vision is? And actually, in fact, how many adults have a vision? right? I didn't know any vision. The only vision I knew was, before I got started in network marketing, the only vision I knew was I had 20/20 vision because of LASIK, because LASIK surgery, right? I didn't know anything about vision. It's through network marketing I learned vision. Remember, put yourself in the shoes. How were you like before you got started in network marketing? Again, the 10-year-old, would a 10-year-old understand this? And obviously they won't, so don't use that language. Keep it simple. Simply just use the magic script that you just learned. Here's another example. It says, and this was a terrible one. Sal, how are you? So this would have been great if you just started off like that. Hey, Sal, how are you? Right? And he says, hey, here's a 5-minute experiment if it would help you make an extra paycheck each month. So let's talk about this. Most people do not want to do experiments and using exclamation hype, right? And there's also messages so long. Who's going to read it? Keep it short. Share this with 10 of your friends that might need the same thing. Just reword it to make it personal. So again, reword it. I got to do work. I don't even know what this is about. How do I reword it? Again, I'm automatically thinking, I don't want to do this. I don't even want to do this. It's so spammy. It says, hi friend, how are you? I'm thinking about joining a group of entrepreneurs in the process of branding a biotech company in the anti-aging industry. So again, joining a group of entrepreneurs. Most people on the street, I know you do, but most people on the street do not know what an entrepreneur is. Okay, I would say 90% don't really know. And even if they do know, they don't, but more importantly, they do not believe they can be an entrepreneur. And then branding a biotech company in the anti-aging industry. Yeah, 10-year-old will not understand this, and no one wants to do this. It seems so hard. If I send you something to watch, would you take a look and get back to me? I can send you the video if you want a refresher, right? Again, you're just adding on and on and on. Let's get rolling on this now that I know what I'm doing. I know that now that he knows what he's doing. So before you wouldn't know what you're doing, or maybe you still don't know what you're doing, right? So when you talk a lot, you're just adding things that will kill the sale. You're just keep it short and simple. Again, talk in the language of a 10-year-old. So here's a list of negative words to avoid. So what negative words to avoid? So number one, do they understand it, right? So residual income, they don't understand it. So instead, just say, earn an extra income stream, earn an extra $500 a month, right? Passive income, people don't understand it. And even if they do, just like residual income, they don't believe they can achieve it. Upline, they don't understand what that is. You didn't know what an upline was before you joined. Ask them, do they want to do it? This is one of the objections. Do they want to do it? Partner, does that sound like a small commitment or big commitment? That sounds like a huge commitment. I don't want to partner with anything or do a business. Most people don't want businesses. What do people want? They just simply want to earn an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. An opportunity, right? That sounds so scammy. It's an opportunity. Simply say, earn an extra $200 to $500 a month. Make it believable, right? When you say financial freedom, that's not believable. Inflation is so high right now. People are losing jobs. You talk about being financially free. Stock market is down. You'd be financially free. Real estate prices have gone down. That's not believable. Or make 6 figures. That's not believable. Why is it not believable? Because, and I'm not saying don't use these words in your presentation, but when you initially reach out to people, someone like, for example, a teacher that's making $50,000 a year would never believe they could all of a sudden make 6 figures. They've been making $50,000 a year for the last 10 years. Now you think all of a sudden you can make 6 figures? It's not believable. Right now, get them interested, curious, and in your presentation, you can show them your company how you can do that. But initial reach out, don't hype it up. Use things that they believe they can do. Again, simple, earn an extra $200 to $500 a month. Or using hype words, ground floor, patent pending, once in a lifetime. When you hype it up, you're never going to get anyone good. Anyone who's smart, successful, don't fall for this. Or say it's easy. Anyone successful and smart, they also know nothing that's rewarding in life is easy. Now, network marketing is very simple, but it's definitely not easy. It's very rewarding, but not easy. Okay, don't be awkward too. Saying, I wasn't going to message you, right? I wasn't going to message you, but I wanted to reach out. I liked your profile. Or, what do you do for a living? Or like that example I shared before, the person, how's your family? I didn't even know you, and you're asking about my family. So here are a list of negative words to avoid. Entrepreneur, opportunity, business, residual income. Was he going to message you? What do you do for a living? Or upline? You can just say someone I look up to, right? Instead of saying upline. Financial freedom, that's not believable. Make 6 figures, not believable. Partner, just like do something on the side that won't interfere with your current job instead of saying partner with a company. Don't say it's easy and using hype words. So those are the list of negative words to avoid. And I share with you some things you can say instead of using these words.